Why is it that chopped people are always the most miserable? Now, I'm using this word chopped because I learned what it means just about 5 minutes ago because I've been hearing it so damn much. But anyway, here it goes. One thing that I've noticed in life and that you guys probably notice is that chopped people are always so miserable. They're insecure and they're jealous of other people and they always talk shit about everybody else. And I'll tell you a story from experience at least. When I used to do sales, especially for door to door, there would be rich communities, middle class communities, and poor communities. And here's the thing, despite what people say that rich are the snobby people, yes, definitely there's some rich people out there. You'll go knock on their door and they'll just basically spit on you. They'll look at you like why the fuck are you standing on my amazing paved driveway? Like they will look at you in disgust. There are definitely those people, but it's very, very far and few. For the most part, people who are well off, they, despite that you're interrupting them. I get it. Nobody likes the guy who knocks on your door and tries to sell you something. Get over it. But the point is, those people were always a lot more polite in telling you to fuck off. Essentially, they'd say, hey, I'm not interested, thank you so much, whatever. They'd be always in a better mood, they'd be a lot more calm. And that was that. Those interactions were so much nicer. But it's when I would go to the shitty neighborhoods, and yes, I understand there are people struggling, there are like places that are basically the hood, like really bad places that you don't even want to go to. But I was sent to those places to knock on those people's doors. And most of them were nasty. And not nasty because they're living in filth, some of those were, but they're just projecting their own lives onto you. I've learned to not take anything personally and understand that, hey, this has nothing to do with me. I get that I'm disturbing you and that you hate me for, pissing you off, apparently. But different people react differently. And the most chopped neighborhoods, the most chopped people, they're just miserable. Like, not just ugly people, but I'm talking shit house, shit living situation, shit life. Yes, are there anomalies? Are there people who are nice? I've met some really nice people living in chopped neighborhoods, and maybe that was just a stage of their life. Absolutely fine. But for the most part, they're the ones who open up the door and yell at you. Like, get the fuck off my property. They'll literally, some of them just, I'm not going to sit here and say on camera some of the things that I was told to the face. And it doesn't even matter if you were a girl. We thought girls had it easier. And when I would train girls and help them, learn how to do the sales, the reactions were a little softer, but some people would still go out and say things. You're looking at a girl who's like, I did nothing wrong. I'm just working. And the nasty things people say is unbelievable. Because when you're talking to people at their home, this is basically when all masks come off, for the most part. And that's where you really see who the person is. And when people hate you just for existing, you just learn to understand they just hate their life. They're just projecting it on you. And it's very interesting because usually the things they say, the opposite is true, and it's basically them. You know what I mean? Let me explain it a little better. Some of the things that they tell you, whatever insults they say, are usually true about them or their deepest insecurity. That's what it is. It gets so weird that in some places that I've been to, let's say I just knock on their door, I'm like, hey, I'm from this company. Some people are afraid. That's a different one. They're afraid. They're like, whoa, 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 no. Please, 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 no. And they close the door. And I'm like, yo, what is that? Later, once you check their account in the system and you're like, okay, I know what's going on. This person probably owes money to that company. That's why they think I'm the collector. I'm not. But they are projecting onto you what they are thinking of themselves. That's just standard psychology of a person who is insecure about something. That's what they're thinking about. So if you show up to their door and they know they owe money to that company, and when you represent that company, they're like, oh shit, they're at my door. They're gonna start, asking me for money or something, like to pay the bills. Anyway, you guys get the point. It just so happens that people whose lives are better and they're genuinely more fulfilled, those are the nicer people. It's just that way. And we're not going to sit here and try to, discriminate against people who are poorer, richer, whatever. The point is, there are people who hate their lives and therefore they project it on the world. Therefore, they have the most to say about everything and shit on absolutely everything they can. They will criticize the fuck out of you, or the guy across the street, or when you're in the store, they hate the cashier. They're like, no, the cashier got the price wrong or whatever. They're not fast enough, or this restaurant did not serve me properly. They're always projecting what's on the inside. That's the problem. Anyway, that's it for now.